the ISIL narrative when we act as if they're a state. And we use routine military tactics that are designed to fight a state that is attacking another state. That's not what's going on here.
Is it? Is that what's going on here, or isn't it? Retired Brigadier General Anthony Tata is the author of Foreign and Domestic. Brigadier General, does the president have it right?
Absolutely not. First of all, ISIS has the means of a nation state. I've been saying for the last year and a half that they are trying to acquire those means. They have $2 million a day in oil, black market oil flow. They have hydroelectric power from the Mosul Dam. They have all the means of a nation state. They may not have a boundary drawn by the Brits 50 years ago, but what they've got is all the means of a nation state. So, but that's sort of irrelevant, Brian. Whether you're fighting transnational terrorism or you're fighting a nation state, you still have to employ the same types of ends, ways, and means. You have to look at where's their command and control, what's their logistics, where are they getting the financing, and where are their operational forces, and then you develop a plan to defeat and destroy them. And what this president ought to be doing instead of luxuriating in the Philippines is walking the streets of Paris with President Hollande. And France joined the rest of NATO post 9/11 in October 2001, met with the North Atlantic Council, and that's the decision-making arm of NATO. And in October of 2001, NATO activated Article 5. And so if we did that now, if the president had some capability of leadership here, he would lead NATO to that position, and then likewise have his Secretary of State hook in all of these nations in the Middle East that are saying this was a really horrible thing. And then we would build a coalition that's got 28 NATO member nations and all the Middle East, and you would get something like H.W. Bush had in the first Gulf War, where you had like 40 nations, including half of them were Muslim nations, that were outraged that a boundary in Kuwait had been violated.
So, General, what do you want to see in this force? You want to see some of the Sunni nations? Do you want to see America on the ground? You want to see France on the ground? Do you want to see Russia on the ground?
Yeah, I've operated with Russia and Bosnia and in Kosovo and other areas. I mean, they're a good partner if you structure the deal right. They have capable forces. They bring capabilities. So that's what NATO does, is they look at what strengths does every member nation and other nations bring, and there's precedent for operating out of NATO. Obviously in Afghanistan and in the Balkans. So there's the precedent for this. The president's just not interested. He doesn't think it's that big of a deal.
How do you know? Do you know that the president has been presented with plans? He seems to not get any plans.
My peers from